Here we go, another new micro drone just hit the market, and this one is going to set the standard for almost ready to fly quads. Check it out, you're going to love this one. Now I got my hands on a couple of these micros at the beginning of the seasons. These are the almost ready to flies. This stuff is stuff that's already put together, just a couple minor modifications. Now what I found with the three that I looked at previously, the Baby Hawk R, the Diatune GTR 90, and the GoFly, is that all of them had something in common. They all had some premium parts in it, which, you know, we need in order to attract us to buy this kind of stuff. But in order to keep the cost down on this stuff, they have gone in and either used some clone or cheaper quality components in order to keep the cost down, which also makes it attractable for us, right? So what I found with those is I found myself replacing a lot of those components pretty quick, and cost would rise on them pretty fast. So I've talked to my friends over at BuddyRC. They think they found the solution to that. So they've spent the last couple months talking to all of the major brand manufacturers for drone components, and they've worked a deal out that they can produce a almost ready to fly professional quality drone, this one being a micro. They're able to package it, and for a slightly higher price, you're getting a drone with premium components all the way through. Not a single clone, not a single piece of substandard parts. Now, this one here is the BuddyRC Magnet Stretch 3-inch quad. The cost on this, I believe, is going to be around $200, which is a little more than the other ones that ranged anywhere from $150 to $179. The difference between this one and them, those other quads, those other micros, the substandard parts in them, you know, you ended up upgrading them. $150 for a quad, but you know, you may have a stack that barely operates with 2S, or you have a camera that barely operates. You know, for $50, $25 more, you're getting premium electronics. Now, what BuddyRC has done in order to make up the cost difference is they've included 2 batteries in there for you for at least the first production run. I believe they're going to put in a Tattoo 3S 450 milliamp battery, and then also, because these are in short supply, they're going to go through and put a Glacier Ice 3S 450 battery, which is just as good as the Tattoo. Now let's go ahead and open this box up, take a look at exactly what's in here. Alright, in the box, right off the bat, one of the manufacturers, one of the vendors, Gemfan. We're putting 2 sets of 2540 3-bladed props. Bottom here we have a spare BuddyRC battery strap, some extra screws, and this is going to be your battery holder. Now let's take a look at this thing. First thing right out of the box, I mean, you can't miss it. This is probably one of the things that the manufacturers and most of the vendors tend to go cheap on, is the frame. You know, they can save a lot of cost and a lot of money by using their own type of frame. This here is a Detroit Doberman with a twist to it. Now, BuddyRC's been friends with Detroit Multirotor for quite some time now. So Detroit Multirotor designed this frame. They've let BuddyRC use it. And the main modifications that we have here is they've created the new top plate, which is the top plate that BuddyRC has used in the past for their magnet drones. And this is going to be called the BuddyRC Magnet Stretch 3-inch. So also in this frame, they've rounded the edges of all of the carbon fiber arms to make it easier. You know, when you crash, it doesn't split open the carbon fiber and delaminate it. Now, one of the other things is here in the back. They've notched the frame and modified the frame back here so that they could slide in this easy magnet addressable LEDs. And they've got it changed, this one here changed. So, it comes out in their signature magnet. Alright, next along the line, the bright shiny motors on here, the red Sunnysky Edge Racing 1106 5500 kV motors. Now, with the 2-inch machines, they've been using the 7500 kV motors on 2, 3S. Now the 3-inch machines, you're looking at, 4,000, 4,500 kV. So what we've done, we did some testing and we found that the 5,500 kV motors was a really nice blend. With this 3-inch frame, you were able to put 2, 2.5, or 3-inch props on it. You could still run it down as far as 2S, or go take it outside and run up to 4S on this thing out in the summer. Made it a pretty versatile setup here for anybody who, spent $200 and still wanted to fly it in the summertime. All right, next we have right on top here, which is the TBS Unify Pro HV. This is the normal HV, has 25 milliwatts and 200 milliwatts, and also has the ability, it's, not hooked up, but you have the ability to hook the wire up to the back here, run it into the flight controller, and you can still do smart audio. Now, to combine that with the camera, the VTX and the camera is the Runcam Swift Micro 2, and there's rumors that maybe in the second revision they might just go with the Swift Micro, but this upgrade with the camera allows it to do very well in both bright and low light situations. It actually performs pretty well. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop this top off so we can see a little clearer on top the flight controller and the ESC. All right, here we go. We're going to lift the TBS Unify Pro off. Let's go ahead and pull this cross member off here. All right, here you go. So this is the Omnibus F4 32-bit flight controller with built-in OSD. It's running Betaflight. Now, if you look at the box when BuddyRC posts this, they have a DSMX version and they have a FreeSky version. Now, I know in the beginning, they don't intend on putting the receiver in this box, so you will have to supply the receiver. But what they've done, because this receiver or this flight controller is so small, they've gone and had the manufacturer go ahead and solder the board and the jumpers in these boards so that it's all ready for your satellite, your DSMX compatible satellite or your FreeSky receiver. And there's a couple small pads over here. It's impossible to even see them. That you have to jumper to make it either 3.3 volts for DSMX or 5 volts for your FreeSky stuff. Now that's the only difference. So if they run out of one version, don't panic. You can get the other one. You just have to make these changes on the board yourself. All right. Now this flight controller actually is getting powered up by something a little new and unique. This is Spedix, and everybody knows Spedix. They've come to the market here in the last couple years. They've really stepped up the ESCs and have become a major player in the ESC role. So they've come in here and they've designed a new 20 by 20 ESC, Form 1 ESC. This is a 32-bit up to 25 amp ESC. So this here is going to handle just about everything you're going to throw at it. 3, 4S, it should do just fine. Now, it's also D-Shot 1200 compatible, which is the 32-bit part, and it does take D-Shot commands. And the last part of this here, no big surprise. This is the XT30 battery connector. If you're running JST, you could always swap that out, but it looks like it has everything in here. There is not a piece on this quad that is not a premium component. So let's go ahead and get this thing put back together here. If you guys are looking for this, as soon as they get it posted online, we'll go ahead and get a link posted in the video here. If you have any questions, go ahead and look, post down below, ask any questions you have. I'm going to try to here in the next couple days do a quick video on how to solder I'm a DSMX guy, I'm a Spectrum guy. I'm going to do a quick video on how to solder the satellite to this board so you can make it easier. All right, so we got it all back together. Last thing I'm going to do, I know there's going to be a few guys out there that are going to ask about weight. So let's go ahead and put it on here. Let's tear it up. Make sure we're on grams. Let's throw it on here. Now this is without a battery. This is without props. This is just pure weight straight out of the box. Let's go ahead and tear this off since grams really matter. Let's take off this sticker here. Let's throw it on there. 97 grams. That's not too bad for a micro. Of course, we could sit here and talk apples to oranges and apples, whatever you want. We can get in here and say, hey, that's too heavy. Hey, Reality is this is a premium quad with all premium components on a very sturdy frame. We'd like to thank Detroit Multirotor. They did a lot of work here to help BuddyRC get what they had to out of this. And obviously Sunnysky, Runcam, TBS, Spedix, Omnibus. Let's see who else we got here. Gemfan supplying the props. And that looks about it. Tattoo batteries. Can't forget about tattoo batteries. BuddyRC, thanks a lot. We appreciate it. Here very soon, we'll be taking it out tomorrow to the local race. We've got about 3 or 4 of us guys that have one. We're going to throw it up, get a little bit of video to throw at the end here. Have a good weekend. We hope to see you at the field.